It was an ordinary day in the kingdom of San Lucas. Rico, the robust mercenary, was on his daily patrol when he spotted a man dozed off in Old Man Jose's field. So he walks up to him and says, "Interesting place to take a nap. Let me help you up, my lad." Old Man Jose wouldn't have been too fond with a stranger lying in his field. They have a conversation, yet it does not last long. The man's name is Gabriel, but this is all he can remember. The conversation is interrupted by a blast coming from the castle, and at the sight of the smoke, both rush in that direction, not knowing what awaits them.
A few moments later.
Rico reaches the castle just in time to catch a glimpse of the princess carried away by the army of Mancha Negra. When Rico catches their attention, both are caught in a tremendous brawl, but Gabriel cannot just watch from above, so he prepares to throw himself into battle. But Rico exclaims, "Gabriel, step away. It is too dangerous. I do not wish for an innocent to become injured or even dead because of their impudence." Gabriel responds at the top of his voice, "I carry a blade with me, and I believe I know how to use it. I have seen this mark before. It is the mark of those who follow evil. It is the mark of those who took my brother." And with this, he throws himself into battle, decreasing the population of Mancha Negra's army until none stand in the street of San Lucas. After this, he runs in the direction of the princess. Rico, petrified, followed. Amazed and still catching his breath, onward he goes. In a spacious alley, the kidnapper runs, but an earthquake blocks the path and he is forced to go back. But he cannot, as Gabriel and Rico enter and block the way. Well, what have we here? I congratulate you both making it thus far, but this is where we part ways. At the last word, Rico throws his sword at the man, but he is thrown backwards at the crumbling wall, which falls over him. At the sight of this, Gabriel runs towards the kidnapper and performs a maneuver that only a noble knight would have known. And with this, the evil's mask is sliced into pieces, and his identity is revealed. "Brother, is it truly you? If it is, then why do you side? Why do you side with those who took you? Why are you an ally of those who follow evil?" said Gabriel. Kidnapper responds, "You have always been so naive, Gabriel. They did not take me. I joined them. I chose to leave you, as well as everyone else. I am a part of Mancha Negra. When I was lost, Mancha Negra took me under its arm and raised me as their own. And now, I will not let a family reunion separate me from my true purpose." And at this, he swung his sword at his brother, and Gabriel was sent flying over the castle walls, landing on Old Man Jose's field. And out of the field walked Gabriel on a familiar road to the castle of San Lucas. Once in the kingdom, he aided those who needed without hesitation, calming down preoccupied citizens, returning children to their parents, even letting some dreams come true. But when he aided those who really needed, our heroes locked eyes, and a strong unease was felt in the air. But it was interrupted shortly, as the king of San Lucas calls them both into the throne room to have a discussion about the recent happenings. "I presume you put up a good fight. Sadly, it was not good enough. My dear Princess Maria, taken by those of Mancha Negra. They plot the destruction of the world, and they have the last piece to create this destruction. But you can stop it. You are the reincarnation of God, as your brother has taken the form of the devil himself. Here, do not believe me. Believe the ancient holy prophecy that has been handed down from each king for more than 1,000 years. Every millennial, a hero must rise, and using the sacred sword buried deep in the forbidden woods, he shall slay the devil with all of its evil. This prophecy has been handed down years after years, and I believe that you are the chosen one. You are our salvation. How can I be the son of God? Last I remember, I woke up in a field, unconscious, with no memory. And now I learn that I am to save the earth from evil? Forgive me, my lord, but I need to think on this. And with this, Gabriel storms out of the room and paces to the nearest cantina. But back at the castle, the king says to the robust mercenary, Rico, as my most powerful warrior, I hope that you convince him, for your sake, for the kingdom's sake, for Maria's sake. Please, go.
A few moments later.
So Rico embarked on a mission in search for the salvation. He looked for him all around towns, in streets, alleys, walls, buildings, all around town. Until he reaches a cantina where he believes Gabriel is at. So he enters, showing no hostility and only peace. Inside, Rico spots Gabriel sipping from a dark cup. So he goes over and only sits with him. Some day, is it not? From waking up in the field to fighting my brother to being the world's salvation. I cannot believe that is so much is expected from me. I just awoke hours ago, not knowing where I was, who I was. Who would have thought a salvation? Gabriel said. Rico responded, well, by the looks of it, you are a fine swordsman on the front. 100 men put down in only a matter of seconds. The only place you hear of that is in fairy tales. Fact is, you are not human. You are something greater than all of us. And you cannot deny that. It would be a waste to let such a gift rot inside of you. I'll do it. For your king, for you, for us. So where is this forbidden forest? I will not go on a quest blindly. Rico, prepared for this conversation, unfolds a map of all the land, and both go over the coordinates, planning for the adventure that awaits.
Later that same evening.
A young boy and his brother play a game of catch with an acorn they found somewhere around the cottage. But the fun is interrupted by a scream coming from the kitchen. Gabriel immediately runs away in fear and hides, but Gabino just sits there, petrified. As a man with the mark of Mancha Negra comes out, kidnaps him, and then runs away. But in fear, Gabriel just hides, not being able to do anything. Gabriel is woken up by Rico and realizes that it was all just a dream. Ready for today's adventure, Gabriel flips out of bed and storms at the door. Once at the edge of the forbidden forest, our heroes hop off their coursers and walk up to the trees, where only a growl of a mighty golem receives them into the forest that was meant for no human. Once inside the forest, it confronted beings not of their world, such as RC cars, sharks, teddy bears, and even some stormtroopers. Gabino storms into the dungeon where Princess Maria is held hostage with the other ingredients to bring back the devil himself. Maria says, "You will not triumph. The other soldiers are on their way. They know where we are. They know how to defeat you. Your brother." "My brother? His sole purpose is to defeat me, except he will not be able to do so. Without his precious memories, he is nothing. It does not matter now. I have what I need to carry out my master plan." And with this, he rips off Maria's necklace and then walks away with it, before full of himself, now only doubting. Back at the forest, both of our heroes walk up to a ridge, and in it lay a pile of rocks. Aside it, a cave. The sacred saber, it must be inside the cave, both of them say at the same time. And with the first step, the stones begin stirring. The rocks soar past their heads, and behind them appears the mighty golem. Go inside the cave. That's where the sword must lay. Once you have the sword, the golem will crumble, and there will be no more of it, says Rico. Inside the cave, a mysterious voice speaks to Gabriel, telling him exactly what to do, when to do it, and why. Outside the cave, a fight still remains. As Rico fights with the golem, he is thrown back into the wall and knocked unconscious. Gabriel goes over to see if he is okay, but the life has been sucked out of him. A flame grows inside of Gabriel as he immediately fights the golem, and with it comes out with the glorious sacred sword. But afterwards, he goes to check on Rico, and as he sees he's dead, he begins sobbing. But both are engulfed by a light and then transported outside of the forest in view of the castle of Montenegro. Outside of the forest, Rico stands next to Gabriel, and at his surprise, Gabriel begins sobbing. Now, both must make a plan to take on an army with only 2 people. I should have ended him when I had the chance. Now he comes and plans to destroy what took what took a millennial to build. In a matter of 2 days, begin the ritual, bring my father to life, end with this world. Only Gabino does not know that moments earlier, Rico was teleported into the castle only to steal an instrument, an ingredient for the reincarnation of the devil, and out he goes. Now, without all of the ingredients, an earthquake forms. The earthquake rumbles and is felt even in San Lucas. Montenegro falls to ruins with no survivors, other than Gabino himself. Gabino gracefully falls from the sky. At Gabino's first step, the brawl begins. Swords clashing, gods fighting, earth as the prize. But Gabriel is sent back, thrown into pieces of the church. You put up a good fight, but it was not good enough. As always, I am victorious. Even as small apprentices, I always won. That is how it is meant to be. You always lose, Gabriel. And he responds, that may be true, but I may not ever win. As long as I keep fighting, there is hope. Hope that evil will fall and good will triumph. Hope that El Diablo will die and light will shine through, no matter how dark the day. The fight emerges into the sky, and with each clash of swords, a new star forms, leaving the sky completely illuminated, until one of the biggest stars gracefully, his brother descends from above, grunting, pain growing in his side. Inside the crater, Gabino only laughs. They never told you, did they? With every pain inside a brother, it resonates inside the other. So if you wish to kill me, you will have to kill yourself. Gabriel responds, that does not matter now. From the brief time I've been on this journey, I have learned that this world is worth saving. I do not need my memories to know this, and if death is the price I pay for protecting it, then let me die in stopping you. From afar, Rico observes, and although he does not know of it, there is an absence felt, not only for him, but across all of San Lucas.
1 week later.
Rico now felt alone, with no purpose, and one day, when he was just simply taking a nap aside the tree he met Gabriel at, a familiar shadow rose above him, and said, interesting place to take a nap. Let me help you up my... And with this, a familiar face helped the man up to his feet. It was an ordinary day in the kingdom of San Lucas. Rico, the robot